Do I really need to use this microphone? I mean, it's pretty much like I'm interviewing myself anyway, right?
Okay.
Ajax, Scooter Elroy, Ajax, with Ajax, Ajax, with Scooter Elroy and Ajax, yeah, sit back and relax, and listen to these facts, Ajax, Scooter Elroy and Ajax, yeah.
Hi there and welcome to Ajax. I have with me today the one and only Ajax from the Ajax Palace. Thanks for coming on the show, Ajax.
Well, thanks, Scooter. I did create your character after all, so I guess it's the least I could do.
Yes, it certainly is.
Now, Scooter, are you still upset with me about canceling your show On the Scene with Scooter Elroy?
Well, I was under the impression that I would be asking all the questions. After all, you did cancel my show. That's the least you could do, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is.
First question comes from Jenna Marbles. Jenna asks, Ajax, why did you decide to do a Q&A, Jax?
Excellent question, Jenna. I'm coming up on my 5-year anniversary of being a YouTube member, and also 1-year anniversary of actually trying a little bit on YouTube, aside from just posting stupid stuff. Now I'm posting stupid stuff with a little more thought into it. I still only have so many resources, which at the moment is limited to my tripod that my wife bought me for our anniversary, and the Flip HD camera, which I got at a garage sale for $20, talked them down from $25. So this Q&A, which I'm calling Q&A Ajax, is going to happen every month, and it's kind of update you on this little journey that I'm taking. So yeah, let's take this journey together.
Well, our next question comes from username Shane Dothan TV. Shane asks, Ajax, so just how many characters and shows do you currently have?
Well, first we have my flagship show, This Week in Week Entertainment with Franklin Nash. Canadians Avril Lavigne and Chad Kroeger of Rock Super Douche's Nickelback celebrated Canada Day on Monday by getting married, which explains why all other Canadians celebrated Canada Day by applying for U.S. citizenship. So there's Franklin Nash. That airs every Friday for the most part. Occasionally I'll take a week off, but not usually, so that's going to be my flagship show. Currently in its 4th-ish season, because I'm breaking them up into about 21 episodes. So that's one character in one show, 1-1, Franklin Nash, This Week in Week Entertainment.
Okay.
Next we have Jedediah Lancelot, and he's got 2 shows. About ready to premiere in September, the 3rd season of Household Items with Jedediah Lancelot.
This household item I got for you is curling mousse. And it's got to be the best curling mousse you ever done seen in your life.
And so that's been successful, with 7 to 10 views per episode, so that's awesome. And then It Figures with Jedediah Lancelot returns in January.
As I grew up, I began to realize I do not need to know what sine and cosine means unless I needed to sign something and I needed a cosigner.
Also around the 7 to 10 view average. So we have a second character and a total of 3 shows now.
Okay.
Then, of course, there's Jeremiah Crow-Sheard, who is Montana's own Action 6 news correspondent. And he's got 2 shows. interviews with Jeremiah Crosheard.
If you were an independent plant, would you soil yourself?
I hope not.
I'm starting him in a new show in September called Eat It. Eat It with Jeremiah Crosheard, where he asks various food-related trivia. So that should be fun. So that's 3 characters and 5 shows total now.
Okay.
Excited to bring back a favorite in September, and that is Brewster Cattlehawk, who is host of Sports Speak with Brewster Cattlehawk. The Atlanta Falcons become the only remaining undefeated team in the NFL as they hand out boo-boos to the Washington Redskins, reclaiming the feathers that they took from them to make headwear in a 24-17 win. He reviews all of the NFL scores in his own way for each week of the NFL season. And again, that comes back in September. So that would be 4 characters, 6 shows.
Okay.
Next we have Bubba Brisket, who hosts his show Hump Day Topic Tweak with Bubba Brisket.
There's another type of club too, and that's a golf club. And you can go out into this field of greens and sand traps and all kinds of water.
He's also got a few guests on his show all the time. Boone the Giraffe, who lives in his pocket. It's a miniature giraffe.
Boone the Giraffe!
And he just introduced this season Craig the Gorilla, who occasionally sits on his shoulder. And
Too fat! But I'm gonna shove this in his mouth anyway.
And I do those in 6-episode runs every couple months or so. And so that would be 5 characters and 7 shows.
Okay.
New to my lineup, I have a show called Narrature with Jeremy Walken, who claims to be the brother of Christopher Walken, and this enables me to do my terrible Christopher Walken-ish impression because I can't do impressions. So it's kind of...
Narrature with Jeremy Walken, brother of a gentleman known as Christopher Walken. On Narrature, we talk about animals.
So it's kind of just like me making fun of myself kind of a thing. All the while he's narrating a nature show. So yeah, that would be 6 characters and 8 shows.
Okay.
One that's kind of caught on a little bit here, a little more traction, into the double digits and then some on views on these guys. And this is Marion Marzetti, who I make no mention to his name in any of the videos, but he does dramatic song lyric readings. And he has one show where it's a current hit that he does, something that's on the charts.
You're far from plastic. Talk about getting blasted. I hate these blurred lines.
And he does a retro one, which is a really, really classic song from various genres in the past. And
Oh my God, Rebecca. Look at her butt. So big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends.
and that leaves us now with 7 different characters and 10 shows.
Okay.
Moving on now to the monthly shows, which will now include this very show with you, Scooter. So this is going to be called Q and Ajax, and this is going to happen every month, where I address various questions, and yeah. So Scooter Elroy, you are a character I invented, and am now talking to via myself in some weird, twisted manner, and so that would be the 8th character. 11th show.
Okay.
I also recently started a new show that I'm doing called Improv Serenades with Miles Everglades and Friends.
So many, what can I say? In a world where mustard lives inside of all of us, oh no, where do our condiments go? You can't, so it's alright with me. You can't tell anybody's story.
And Friends doesn't matter because it's just Miles Everglades doing another song, and I can edit them together differently. This is going to be a monthly one because it's kind of annoying to do, but I give myself these stupid little challenges with my limited resources. So that's Improv Serenades with Miles Everglades and friends. Miles Everglades, so that's that's character number 9, 12 shows.
Okay.
About every 2 to 4 weeks I do a parody, which is my most popular thing on my YouTube.
Really wish that you'd stop complaining. It's natural, it's natural, it's natural, and that you'll know. Oh, now tell me why must my leg hair go?
And so, if you count me as the characters, I just do it under Ajax, then I would be the 10th character in the 13th show. I don't really call it anything, it's just whatever the name of the parody is, and then I'll, of course, give my props to the artist in the song that I'm parodyizing, or whatever.
Okay.
And finally, I'll mention there's a show that I did called 444 with Samuel Samuelson.
Hello there. My name is Samuel Samuelson. Welcome to 444. Yeah.
A little brief run of 4 episodes. I will bring that back in January and do it as a monthly show. And 444 with Samuel Samuelson, basically the concept, Samuel Samuelson is this guy who hosts a show. He introduces 4 topics, and 4 separate characters give their answers to that topic, and to those 4 topics. And the 4 characters will be characters from other shows that I already have established, or they'll just be characters that I come up with, and I'll try to introduce them, or they can be throwaway characters. There is one character that I saved from the last brief season of 444, which I will do something with eventually, and his name is Bartholomew Carrutherford.
My limousines, how tacky! I like to travel in style. Rolls Royce, Aston Martin, these are my limo.
I will have a show set for him, I don't know what it's going to be yet. So if you count Bartholomew Carrutherford and Samuel Samuelson, that plus their 2 shows, that would be 12 characters, 15 shows.
Okay, I certainly hope that you're done. Because that was the longest answer to any question I ever asked in my entire life. But on to the next question. Comes from Cool Cat. Cool Cat asks, Dude, can you give me a shout out? Please, that would be amazingly nice. But can you tell people that I won't be updating for a while since I have no charger for my iPod? Okay.
Cool Cat. Cool Cat. Subscribe to Cool Cat. COOLKAT. But just keep in mind that Cool Cat will not be updating her channel for a while because she has no charger for her iPod.
The next question comes from username Bad Lip Reading, and it says, Ajax, if your parodies get the most views, why not just stick to the parodies and upload every once in a while, and not all of the time? Huh. Yeah.
Also, people say, you must have a lot of time on your hands. Well, That's as if to say I wear watches, and I don't, because this is the 2000s and people look at their cell phone when they want to know what time it is. No, everybody needs a hobby. This is mine, okay? It's constructive, it's stupid, and it's fun. Those are the 3 reasons. But I do the parodies because I like them too. Not to take away from those. I do have fun doing those.
Our final question comes from username failblog.org. They ask, after 5 years on YouTube, what do you make of YouTubers in general?
Well, for one thing, YouTube, I'm very happy that it's given me an outlet for whatever it is that you call the Ajax Palace, whatever you call this that I do. Create characters, make stupid, ridiculous videos and post them online and hope that occasionally somebody will watch them and think that's halfway entertaining. And so I really appreciate that, and I appreciate that there's something like that out there for millions and potentially billions of people to use for themselves. But for me, it's just one of those things that this is a hobby. It's a modern hobby. It's something that you can kind of take and just roll with. I don't have the money or the resources to make this professional, but I can say that what I've been able to do in the last year, when I really try to take it a little semi-seriously, is I've been able to write sketches, and I've been able to come up with jokes and do things that I think that if a bigger audience were to catch on and see them, that a good amount of them would like it. And at the same time, there would of course be a good amount of people who wouldn't, and that's fine, because I like the indifference. What I don't like are the people who just get on YouTube and negative comment, and one thing that I can say is that when Reddit gets a hold of a 15-second clip of one of my videos, jacks up the views, that's great. Not so great is that it only gives me a 15-second window of time, and then just hate comes spewing forth. That had to happen recently, but aside from that, it's just the people who get on there and just voice their opinion, but they just do it in the terms of idiocy, and they come up with things that, a 2-year-old would be smarter not to write. If a 2-year-old could possess the keystrokes that a 32-year-old could. But overall, if you do write something on there that's just derogatory and stupid, I will block you and I'll delete your comment. However, if you come up with something really clever, even if it's negative, if it's clever, I'm going to keep it, and I'm also going to sub you. That's short for subscribe. And then if you subscribe me, I'll also subscribe. And if you leave something positive, of course I'll subscribe. But when it comes down to it, it's all about the fun. Not about the views, not about the subs. Although I like meatball marinara. It's about the fun.
Well, I'd like to thank my guest, Ajax, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the Ajax Palace, and this has been Q and Ajax. I'm Scooter Elroy. Take care of yourself now, and be safe out there, fellow humans.